Yo, what's up guys, it's Overlord469 and welcome to a new Star Wars The Clone Wars video. Today we are going to be ranking the Season 7 episodes from worst to best. I will mainly be taking plot into account, and this ranking will be based on my own opinion, so please do keep that in mind. Let's get started. At the bottom of our list is Dangerous Step. If I can say anything about this episode, it is that it took the plot nowhere. Absolute filler. Sure, Ahsoka and Rafa bonded more and we learned about Rafa's and Trace's lack of faith towards the Jedi. But apart from that, the episode started in a prison cell and ended where it began. Number 11 is Deal or No Deal. Sure, we were starting to get places in this episode. I liked the protection Rafa had for Trace, plus the scenes in Kessel. Those were interesting to watch. I was intrigued to learn the various uses of spice. However, what ruined the episode for me was Trace dumping the spice. Was she not using her brain? Even Ahsoka and Rafa in the episode itself criticized Trace for doing it. To think of a plan working around the Pikes would have been a simple no-brainer, but oh my god, Trace, why? Number 10 on our list is On the Wings of Kiridax. This is a good episode. I like the tension of extracting Echo from Skako Minor. Wat Tambor really wanted Echo back, and overall the battles were good. Not the best, but good. My biggest criticism for this episode though is the runtime. 18 minutes without credits? Clone Wars is a story-based show and it should have episodes longer than 20 minutes. I remember, this week, all I could think of after the episode was, that's it? I think the producers could have made more scenes or even kept the original from the unfinished episode, but yeah, those are my thoughts. Number 9 on our list is Gone with a Trace. I think this episode established Trace and Ahsoka's friendship pretty well. We also got to know Rafa and the types of jobs she gets into. The part of the episode where Ahsoka and Trace chased the binary load lifter was filler, but it was a good chase. What dings the episode for me though is it does not really get anywhere, just forms the bond between Ahsoka and Trace. Number 8 is The Bad Batch. This episode was a pretty good start to the Bad Batch arc. Having watched the unfinished episodes, there was not much difference, but still, it was a good episode to rewatch. I liked seeing the Bad Batch finally fully animated. Rex suspecting Echo's survival was also a good scene. In my opinion, it adds to the friendship he had with Cody since he trusted him to tell his thinking first. However, this episode is not the one I would come back to often. Apart from the Bad Batch being pretty dope, yay, Echo lives is all I thought after watching this episode. Number 7 is Together Again. I like this episode, mainly due to the transition into the Siege of Mandalore arc. Trace and Rafa were closed out pretty well for the season. I was pretty mad though that they took this long to realize Ahsoka was Force sensitive despite all the obvious hints that were shown earlier in the arc. Maul's appearance was pretty dope to see, also Bo-Katan and some Night Owls. Maybe we will get to see Rafa and Trace again in the future, but if they do, I hope they are executed better plot-wise because as we saw in this arc, there were some questionable choices made during production. Number 6 is A Distant Echo. The mission to find Echo on Skako Minor was really cool to see. I praised how well the fight scenes were choreographed, also the character building between Anakin, Rex, and the Bad Batch. I love this scene where Padme showed up because of the cringe I saw in Rex trying to lie to Obi-Wan about Anakin's relationship. The soundtrack was pretty great, as in every Clone Wars episode, but yeah, this episode was pretty solid. Number 5 is Unfinished Business. This episode closed out the Bad Batch arc pretty well. It was great to see Mace Windu in action again. It was a while since we last saw him do so. The infiltration of the Separatist Dreadnought was interesting to see, also Echo using the abilities he gained becoming a cyborg. Wrecker blowing up the Dreadnought was pretty heartwarming to see as well. The closure of the episode is what got me though. I never expected the producers to show Echo finding his place and ultimately deciding to join the Bad Batch. I admit, I saluted with Echo and the Bad Batch to Rex. That was a great message. Overall, great episode. Number 4 is Shattered. Here's where it happened. Order 66. The execution of Order 66 was done pretty well. The soundtrack in the first half of the episode was so eerie. You knew Order 66 was going to happen, but you could not tell when. It was also good to see Ahsoka remove Rex's inhibitor chip. Finally, we got to see it on screen after Rex pointed out he removed it in Star Wars Rebels. In addition, the hallway scene with Maul was pretty dope to see. My only criticism for this episode is the plot was what I expected. Nothing more. Number 3 on our list is The Phantom Apprentice. Lots of build-up foreshadowing Order 66 occurred in this episode. I was just stunned when we were told about Maul's plan to kill Anakin. You can now think how things could have been different if the Battle of Coruscant never happened. Anakin would have been lured with Obi-Wan to Mandalore and killed in the process. Wow. Ahsoka's duel with Maul was so well choreographed. Praise there. Also the fight on the ground between the 332nd Company and the Night Owls and the Shadow Collective. The runner-up is Old Friends Not Forgotten. I gotta love the fan service in this episode. I remember, I went crazy seeing Grievous for that 1 second in the recap. Anakin's and Ahsoka's reunion was done so well. I was heartwarmed so much by Anakin's compassion towards her. Seeing Ahsoka fight in the Mandalorian skies with her lightsabers just gave me so much nostalgia. And the episode ended beginning the actual siege of Mandalore itself, so I was happy we were starting to get into the action. Overall, excellent opening for the arc. And finally, at the top of our list, number 1 is Victory and Death. This episode is an absolute tragedy. I was bummed seeing Rex cry, and seeing Ahsoka comfort him got me in the feels. The escape from the Venator was so epic though, watching it fall in the sky and the battle within the Venator itself. Another epic moment was when Maul destroyed the hyperdrive generators. It gave me Starkiller vibes from The Force Unleashed. The end of the episode was what likely stunned us all. The graveyard of the clones, Ahsoka leaving her lightsaber at the Venator's wreckage, and then Darth Vader. I think there was no other way this series could end. So that is my ranking of the Clone Wars Season 7 episodes. You guys let me know your ranking down in the comments, and stay tuned for more Clone Wars videos releasing in the next couple days. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!